Returning to Nazareth. Gentle Bible story. According to the Gospel of Matthew, after Herod died, an angel of the Lord appeared to Joseph in Egypt. The angel told Joseph to rise, take the child and his mother, and return to the land of Israel. Joseph obeyed, but when he heard that Archelaus was ruling in Judea after Herod, he was afraid to go there. After being warned in a dream, Joseph went to the region of Galilee and lived in a town called Nazareth. The Gospel of Luke also tells us that the child grew and became strong, filled with wisdom, and the grace of God was upon him. Now the story begins after the time of danger in Egypt had passed. Joseph, Mary, and baby Jesus had lived away from their homeland. Because Herod had wanted to destroy the child, Egypt had been a place of refuge for them, but it was not their home. Then, after Herod died, an angel of the Lord came again to Joseph in a dream. The message was different from the warning he had received before. Before, the angel had told Joseph to flee. Now, the angel told him to return. Rise, take the child and his mother, and go to the land of Israel. For those who sought the child's life were dead. These words opened a new road for the family. The night of danger had not lasted forever. The time of hiding had come to an end. Joseph listened to the message and obeyed again. He took the child and his mother, and began the journey back to the land of Israel. This was not the first time Joseph had obeyed God in a difficult moment. He had obeyed when Mary's child was first explained to him in a dream. He had obeyed when the angel told him to flee to Egypt. And now, once again, he obeyed when God told him to return. Joseph's faith was quiet, but it was steady. He did not need many words to show his obedience. He listened, rose, and walked the road God placed before him. The journey back must have carried many feelings. There may have been relief because the danger from Herod had ended. There may also have been concern because the road ahead was still not simple. Returning to the land of Israel did not mean every question was answered. The family still had to decide where to live. They still had to find a safe place for the child to grow. When Joseph heard that Archelaus was ruling over Judea, after his father Herod, he became cautious. The shadow of Herod's house had not completely disappeared. The old danger was gone, but a new concern remained. Joseph did not treat this lightly. Faith does not mean ignoring danger. Faith does not mean walking carelessly into every place. Sometimes obedience includes careful listening, wise caution, and waiting for God's further guidance. Then Joseph was warned in a dream again. So he withdrew to the region of Galilee. There, he came to a town called Nazareth and made his home there. Nazareth was not a famous city of power. It was not a royal place filled with thrones, soldiers, and the noise of greatness. It was a quiet town in Galilee. Many people in the wider world may not have thought much of Nazareth. But this was the place where Jesus would grow. The Son of God did not spend his childhood in a palace. He did not grow up surrounded by worldly honor. He grew up in a humble town, in an ordinary home, within the care of Mary and Joseph. This is one of the quiet wonders of the gospel. The one who came to save the world grew in a place that many people would have overlooked. God's greatest work was not always displayed in the loudest places. Sometimes the deepest grace grows in hidden soil. In Nazareth, life would have been simple. There would have been ordinary mornings and quiet evenings. There would have been work, meals, family care, village paths, and daily responsibilities. Mary would have cared for the child day by day. Joseph would have worked and protected his family. Jesus would have grown through the ordinary seasons of childhood. The Gospel of Luke says that the child grew and became strong. He was filled with wisdom, and the grace of God was upon him. These words are simple, but they carry deep peace. Jesus did not rush through childhood. He did not appear before the world as a full-grown teacher without passing through the quiet years. He grew, he learned, he lived in a family. He shared in the ordinary rhythm of human life. The Son of God entered not only human birth, but also human growth. He knew what it meant to be a child. He knew what it meant to live under the care of earthly parents. He knew hidden years, quiet work, and unseen days. This means that Jesus is not far from the ordinary parts of our lives. He is not only near to great moments, public victories, and powerful events. He is also near to small homes, quiet responsibilities, and days that no one else notices. The years in Nazareth may have looked uneventful from the outside, but they were not empty. They were years of growth. They were years under God's grace. They were years in which the child grew in strength and wisdom. Sometimes we think that hidden seasons do not matter. We may feel that only the visible moments count. We may become discouraged when our lives seem quiet, ordinary, or unnoticed. But Nazareth teaches us another way to see. The quiet place can still be held by God. The ordinary home can still be filled with grace. The slow season can still be a place of growth. Jesus' childhood in Nazareth reminds us that God is not in a hurry like we often are. He does not despise slow growth. He does not overlook hidden faithfulness. He can shape a life in quiet places, through ordinary days, under gentle grace. Joseph's obedience continued in Nazareth. Mary's care continued in Nazareth. Jesus' growth continued in Nazareth. Nothing about this place looked like the center of the world. Yet the Savior of the world was growing there. This truth can comfort every heart that feels unseen. Maybe your life feels quiet right now. Maybe your work is hidden. Maybe your growth feels slow. Maybe the days seem ordinary, and you wonder if they matter. The story of Nazareth gently says that hidden time is not wasted when it is held by God. Quiet growth is still growth. Ordinary faithfulness is still precious. A small place can still become part of God's greater story. The return to Nazareth also reminds us that God guided the family step by step. He guided Joseph away from danger. He guided him back from Egypt. He guided him away from Judea. He guided him to Galilee. And in Nazareth, he gave the child a place to grow. God's guidance did not always come all at once. It came step by step. It came through dreams, warnings, obedience, and careful movement. That is often how our own lives feel. We may not see the whole road at once. We may only know the next step. But God can still lead faithfully. He can guide through danger, through return, through uncertainty, and into quiet places of growth. Now this story leaves a gentle comfort in our hearts. Jesus grew up in a humble town. He lived hidden years. He grew in strength, wisdom, and grace before the time came for his public ministry. This reminds us that God sees the quiet seasons of our lives. He sees the years of growing. He sees the faithful days no one applauds. He sees the small places where grace is slowly doing its work. I hope this story becomes a gentle comfort for every heart living through a hidden season. And I hope it reminds us that God can grow something precious in quiet places. If this story remained as a quiet comfort in your heart, please subscribe and like to join me. The next story is about 12-year-old Jesus in the temple. We will gently follow the deep question of the young Jesus, while his parents searched for him with worried hearts.